his target through the window. The weathered building was large, yellow stucco with brown trim. Apparently it was a favourite with the locals, from the number of Zastava and Fiat saloons in the car park. It was 8:40, and the Sunday evening was clear here, near Novi Sad, where the Pannonian plain rose to a landscape the Serbs called mountainous, though Bond guessed the adjective must have been chosen to attract tourists. The rises were mere hills to him, an avid skier. The May air was dry and cool, the surroundings as quiet as an undertaker's chapel at rest. Bond shifted position again. In his 30s, he was 6 foot tall and weighed 170 pounds. His black hair was parted on one side, and a comber of loose strands fell over one eye. A 3-inch scar ran down his right cheek. This evening, he'd taken some care with his outfit. He was wearing a dark green jacket and rainproof trousers from the American company 511, which made the best tactical clothing in the market. On his feet were well-worn leather boots that had been made for pursuit and sure footing in flight. As night descended, the lights to the north glowed more intensely. The old city of Novi Sad. As lively and charming as it was now, Bond knew the place had a dark past. After the Hungarians had slaughtered thousands of its citizens in January 1942 and flung the bodies into the icy Danube, Novi Sad had become a crucible for partisan resistance. Bond was here tonight to prevent another horror, different in nature, but of equal or worse magnitude. Yesterday, Saturday, an alert had rippled through the British intelligence community. GCHQ in Cheltenham had decrypted an electronic whisper about an attack later in the week. Meeting at Noah's office. Confirmed incident Friday night, 20th. Estimated initial casualties in the thousands. British interests adversely affected. Funds transfers as discussed. Not long after, the government eavesdroppers had also cracked part of a second text message, sent from the same phone, same encryption algorithm, but to a different number. Meet me Sunday at Restaurant Rostilj, outside Novi Sad. 20 hungry. I am 6+ foot tall. Irish accent. Then the Irishman, who'd courteously, if inadvertently, supplied his own nickname, had destroyed the phone or flicked out the batteries, as had his co-conspirator, Mel, and the other text recipient. In London, the Joint Intelligence Committee and members of COBRA, the Crisis Management Body, met into the night to discuss the risk of Incident 20, so called because of Friday's date. There was no solid information on the origin or nature of the threat, but MI6 was of the opinion that it was coming out of the tribal regions in Afghanistan, where Al-Qaeda and its affiliates had taken to hiring Western operatives in European countries. Six's agents in Kabul began a major effort to learn more. The Serbian connection had to be pursued too, and so, at 10 o'clock last night, the rangy tentacles of these events had reached out and clutched Bond, who'd been sitting in an exclusive restaurant off Charing Cross Road with a beautiful woman whose lengthy description of her life as an underappreciated painter had grown tiresome. The message on Bond's mobile had read,